positioning, and then touch some of the key roles being played by chartered accountants in shaping India's economic prosperity from a vantage point of the banking sector in particular. In an era full of uncertainties, the strategic partnership of CAs is more relevant than ever before as of today. I'm encouraged by the audience here who are distinctly better at sorting out the facts and the fictions from the data. Accountancy, however, is more than just chaffing the numbers. It's language of business. Accountants are playing a variety of roles and responsibilities, whether it's preparation of financial statements, auditing or consultancy. An accountant makes the valued counsel to the business. And therefore, corporate governance is naturally strengthened by having accountants as the member of the directors on the board. It is a matter of pride for us that the Indian accountancy, auditing and ethical standards are acknowledged globally for their highest possible standards. Friends, the whole system only works if the users of financial accounts can trust the numbers. Sound accounting principles, rigorous imposition, and independent auditing are so important to accounting profession. It is difficult to envisage a world when the trust in the numbers evaporates. Therefore, my compliments to your fraternity. Now, turning back in brief to the current state and prospects of the Indian economy. Let me quickly apprise you the current state of macroeconomy. If you recall, the state of global economy a year ago, the gyrations of Indian rupee exchange rates, as also the responses of the policymakers, you'll be surprised by the distance India has walked. The euro area, though showing some promise in the latest release of output indicators, is too weak to give any positive momentum to the global growth in 2015. Meanwhile, her transatlantic cousin, United States of America, is also showing signs of nervousness, with the latest data of employment for March 2015 noting just 126,000 new jobs created, the smallest monthly increase in more than a year. On the other hand, our next door neighbor, China, has lowered its growth target to about 7% from 7.4% for the current year. Japan is still struggling to keep it afloat in the positive inflation zone. Moreover, as Iran post-nuclear agreement with the West gets integrated with global oil supply chain, the crude prices could slide further down in 2015 with implications of cooling global prices further. India, when seen in such a global macro backdrop, is better shaped today than any emerging market peer. Pace of reforms in India has gained momentum. The new government has focused on efficient and effective implementation with expeditious decision making, clearances for large projects, etc. The new reform steps include actions to deregulate fuel prices, enhance FDI limit in key sectors, including insurance, defense, and railways, reform labor laws, facilitate regulatory compliance, simplify land acquisition and environmental clearances, improve financial inclusion with a record number of accounts opened under Prime Minister Jan Dhan Yojana, and deepen the financial market. But India has its own challenges, however. The foremost is actualizing the investment intentions into the investment on the ground. As per the data collected by the CMIE, the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, 428 new projects with the investment of 1.9 trillion rupees were proposed during the quarter ended March 15, an increase of 88% over previous year. The favorable political winds which sailed markets in their lifetime highs in 2014 are settling down. Budget 2015 checked several good policy boxes. The second is related to the external shocks, such as the changes in the monetary policy in the United States of America, slower global growth, reversal in oil prices, etc., which could have adverse consequences for India. Domestically, risks include challenges to energy supply, high corporate leverage, asset quality challenges for banking sector, which could remain a drag on the investment-led recovery. Being invested in India remains a favorite for overseas investors, both who come seeking quick money as also those who happen to take long-only view. This is not surprising. Despite being in the lower middle income bracket, India is widely hailed for her institutional strength. The CA's role in banks and financial sector is of immense value. Banks and financial institutions directly benefit from CA's service in the form of statutory audit, concurrent audit, revenue audit, inventory audit, system audit, risk management audit, income audit, whatnot. CAs have a place in most of the key committees of the board, and I think for a chartered accountant with a level of understanding of the subject, the decision making becomes etiquette and part of personality. The art is enough to get you at the helm. In most of the bank, chairman of the audit committee happens to be an independent chartered accountant, and there have been many distinguished chartered accountants who have been shining a star and still are in the banking industry. If other streams are also considered, the list will be pretty long, comprising of the names none other than Sri Suresh Prabhu and Sri Piyush Goyal, who are in the particular scenario being chartered accountants. CA's indispensable role for banking sector has become more pronounced in the current cycle of low economic growth and increased delinquencies. You are aware about a tenth of the banking sector loans under stress presently. Some declared non-performing assets and some standard restructured advances. As CAs, you are equipped to provide an independent, objective evaluation on the opportunities and the risk profiles of the firms. Banks need to make informed decisions about the credit allocation, which requires a confidence in the information provided by the financial reporting. It is the quality, reliability, objectivity of the financial reporting which people like us solely rely upon. It helps in making informed judgment and thus efficient allocation of the resources. Also, your fraternity as bank employees contribute in the areas such as project finance, credit underwriting, internal audit, finance, accounting, and taxation, and even having specialized teams like mergers and acquisitions, syndication, overseas fundraising, etc., which adds significant value to the business of the bank. One can see ever newer roles opening up in the banks for CAs. To give you an example, we find CAs are good at liaising with small entrepreneurs and wealthy individuals, equipping them with valuable counsel on taxation and financial planning. They have rather emerged as a better relationship manager and at good value in the upsells. We Indians are indeed privileged to have inherited accounting legacy of Chanakya, who authored Arthashastra some 2,300 years back. I'm sure some of you might have read Arthashastra. It underscores how well versed the ancient India was with the accounting as an integral part of the economics. That the scope and methodology of accounting covers much more than the mundane bookkeeping and auditing. As India assumes her leadership role in driving prosperity across the globe, our accountants would have a role to map their technical capabilities vis-a-vis popular aspirations. I'm confident that the profession's benchmark is set to be pushed even to the higher levels in the times to come. I take this opportunity to thank you again and wish today's seminar the very best.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request our Secretary, Sri Balbir Chaudhary, to kindly present a memento to Sri Arun Tiwari ji. Friends, we also recognize the presence of our another leader of the profession, Sri Nitin Singhalla, who is the president of Bombay Chartered Accountant Society. He is present here. Friends, now this is a time for which we have been waiting. As they say, that's the last word. कहते हैं अच्छा दोस्त मैथ्स के जीरो के जैसा होता है, इसकी वैसे तो कोई कीमत नहीं होती है, पर वो अगर जिसके साथ जुड़ जाए तो उसकी कीमत 10 गुना बढ़ जाती है. And we have our own Honorable Sri Suresh Prabhu ji, who is exactly like that. He is a person par excellence, a great human being, a part of our fraternity, and he is the minister today. And indeed, the people of India like him so much. In fact, yesterday night I went to the airport to just meet him and praise him. And the people, those who are waiting for him, they said that this time we are so happy and lucky that we have a minister who does not need any protocol. He said that he never wants us to be there, but since we have to maintain a minimum protocol, and therefore we some of us are there, but otherwise he never wants us to be there, and that's the kind of the personality we have of Sri Suresh Prabhu. Friends, it is often said that the nice guys can't win. But the nice guys are the winners before the game even starts. And Sri Suresh Prabhu is indeed an exceptional nice person who has been a winner all through. Before his arrival at the center stage, through his last stint under the Bharat Ratna Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee's during 1998-2004, when he served as Industry Minister, Minister of Environment, Forest, Minister of Fertilizers and Chemicals, Power, Heavy Industry and Public Enterprises. As the Union Minister for Power, he won praise for introducing major reforms in India's power sector. He is credited with championing and enacting the Electricity Act 2003 and the reforms that created securitization of dues from the states, somewhere reflecting the pedigree as a chartered accountant. And presently, as we know, he is the Minister of Railways, and we have seen his deep commitment and understanding of the subject that was reflected in the maiden budget which he presented a few months back. And Mahatma Gandhi has rightly said that it is not the vessel that moves the train, but the power harnessed in the steam. And that is the true credentials of Sri Suresh Prabhuji, that irrespective of whether he is a minister or whatever it is, he always ensures that he drives things in such a manner that it addresses the real problem. And his railway ministry, I'm sure that which we have seen moving with the vessel, now that would really move with the steam which is harnessed into it. He was also chairman of task force for interlinking of rivers with a status of rank of Union Cabinet Minister, a project very close to the heart of Sri Vajpayee. He was elected a member of the World Parliamentary Network and chaired the South Asia Water Regional Group of the World Bank. No wonder Asia Week rated him as one of the 3 future leaders of India. The NDA government appointed him as the head of the high-level panel on power revamp, advisory group for integrated development of power, coal and renewable energy in July 2014. Sri Suresh Prabhu did his BCom from M.L. Dhanukar College, Vileparle, Mumbai, and received a Bachelor in Law degree from the New Law College, Mumbai. We all take pride in the fact that he is a chartered accountant, and his talent was obvious from the fact that he was All India 11th rank holder in the CA final exam. Sri Suresh Prabhu held several government and semi-government positions, which includes chairmanship of Maharashtra State Finance Commission, Saraswat Cooperative Bank, member of Maharashtra Tourism Development Board, among others. He has traveled to more than 100 countries. He is working on 16 global organizations and 9 strategic dialogues. He runs an NGO, Manav Sadhan Vikas Sanstha, which is working towards empowerment of people. This NGO seeks to bring about holistic development of communities through proactive participation of both government and non-governmental stakeholders. He is happily married to journalist Uma Prabhu. They have a son Amey. Suresh Prabhu currently resides in Delhi and is a native of Mumbai. He is a paradox who personifies humility and eminence, intellect and power, success and service. With a great sense of pride, I am delighted and honored to invite Sri Suresh Prabhu for his kind words.
So, good morning, friends.
Good morning.
When I was listening to my good friend Sunil talking about many others, as well as my other friends who were sitting on the dais, talking about the nostalgic memories when they must have spent some good life in hostels. I was thinking to myself, what a mistake I made. Only if I joined राजस्थान विद्यार्थी गृह आज कुछ बन पाता, लेकिन जो बीते हुए पल वापस नहीं आ सकते, इसके लिए कम से कम मैंने सोचा हॉस्टल में तो नहीं, लेकिन हॉस्टल में जो थे उनके साथ में मिलने का समय मिलेगा तो भी बहुत है. I'm very happy that I am here today to meet many of my old friends. I remember those good old days when I used to visit Lallubai Park hostel many times, because many of my friends were there and we had nothing else to do. So we used to go there, spend time, and particularly I used to go there on Sunday because the food was fantastic. We used to get some very good, बहुत अच्छा स्वादिष्ट खाना और ज़्यादा मीठा खाना उस दिन मिलता था. And I didn't have to pay for it, so it was a great advantage. So I used to go there many times. I remember my friend Lalit Ballota was with me at that time. I don't know where is Lalit now, but he was with me. And there was a very interesting anecdote about him. In 1975-76, sometime that time, I contested the election for West India Chartered Accountants Students Association, Vikasa. I never realized, because I was not in politics at that time, that there could be politics even in this institution. And then there were very strong two groups who were contesting, so I never belonged to any group. And there was a natural advantage the Rajasthan Vidyarthi Group had, because they had to arrange only for one bus. So they'll pick up students from that bus and then that person has won the election. But then some other people became very smart. There was Dilip Shah, who also got similar people. So I was the only one who spent only 50 rupees. That was the fee that you had to pay at that time, that's like a deposit for the student election. I don't know how much it is today. Praful, you must have increased it also. But I paid that and I won the election, surprisingly. So both the groups said, now you join, and it so happened that I was a balancing figure. One group had some 6, I don't remember the number, but others may have 6, and I was the only one who could tilt the balance. So Dilip told me, you join us, and then we'll make you, because that time chairman was ex-officio chairman, I'll make you vice chairman. Lalit and other told me, you join us, we'll make you vice chairman. So I said, anyway, I become vice chairman already. So I said, why not do like this? I told them, don't make me vice chairman. Let us join hands and work for our institution. And actually, for the first time, they all joined. We worked together, and Dilip, Lalit, me, KK Maheshwari was with us that time. Gautam Doshi was with us. Bhavna was with us. So we are all together. Gautam and Bhavna were not married at that time. So they married subsequently, again thanks to our Vikasa. And then we took one first tour, industrial tour, there was nothing heard of like this, to Pune.